People who know themselves rarely need to be seen. Carl Jung. In an age where everyone performs, silence has become a scandal. The modern world demands noise, updates, opinions, proof of life. Every thought becomes content, every emotion becomes evidence. Yet within this global spectacle, a quiet minority refuses to participate. They do not post, they do not announce, they do not explain. They move through life like shadows in the age of floodlights. We rarely talk about them, the watchers, the readers, the thinkers, the ones who prefer to live without broadcasting. But they are the most psychologically intriguing people alive today. Because in a culture built on validation, their silence is not absence, it's mastery. There's something almost shocking about someone who doesn't need to be seen. When the collective mind equates attention with worth, to stay unseen is an act of rebellion. The silent do not chase validation. They possess something rarer, a self that exists independently of witnesses. They have detached their sense of worth from public proof. Psychologists call this self-congruence, the alignment between your private self and your lived self. It's one of the greatest predictors of mental health and resilience. The person who doesn't need to perform lives lighter, freer, and more internally anchored. Would you still love your life if no one could see it? The silent person answers yes, not because their life is perfect, but because it's theirs. They've learned that every time you show your happiness, a part of it stops belonging to you. Social media is not built on connection, it's built on comparison. Neuroscientists at Stanford found that receiving a like triggers the same dopamine circuits as gambling wins. The brain doesn't see approval, it sees a jackpot. The algorithm feeds on a single human weakness, envy. The unspoken message of most posts is simple. Look at me, I'm winning, you're not. But envy is not admiration, it's suffering disguised as interest. It's the emotional tax of being chronically aware of what others have. Those who don't post have understood something others haven't. To stop feeding envy is to reclaim peace. They refuse to participate in the great illusion that happiness requires witnesses. They are not trying to look fulfilled, they are fulfilled. The happiest people rarely show it. They are too busy living it. If your joy depends on applause, was it ever joy, or just a performance of it? Studies from the University of Copenhagen and Stanford Medicine show that high social media engagement correlates with anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbance. The cause is constant social comparison and the illusion of being watched. The brain interprets this attention like a low-level threat. We become actors under invisible surveillance. Those who withdraw from the stage enter a different biological rhythm. Cortisol stabilizes, dopamine normalizes, and the mind stops performing survival in a social jungle. They sleep better because they are no longer auditioning in their dreams. When did rest stop feeling like safety and start feeling like invisibility? Jung warned that the modern self would drown in its own persona, the mask worn for others. Social media has made that prophecy come true. We no longer present ourselves, we curate ourselves. We don't communicate, we advertise. We don't relate, we compare brand identities. But the person who doesn't post has escaped the mask. They've realized that performance destroys intimacy, not only with others, but with oneself. How much of what you show online is who you are, and how much is who you wish you were? Their refusal to post is not a lack of expression, it's a refusal to distort. They are no longer interested in applause, they are interested in authentic continuity, a life where thoughts, actions and feelings belong to one person, not a persona. The more one judges, the less one loves. Honoré de Balzac. Silence is not hiding. It's alignment. There's a strange intimacy in keeping something unshared. Every time you post, you surrender a part of your psychological ownership, the feeling that something truly belongs to you. The moment you expose a private joy, it becomes public property. It can be liked, judged, or ignored, but never again fully yours. The silent guard their experiences because they understand their fragility. They know that some emotions can survive only in privacy. They do not post sunsets because they are too busy feeling them. They do not share love because they are too busy living it. When was the last time you did something beautiful and didn't think of taking a photo? Their restraint is not coldness, it's devotion. They are devoted to the idea that life's meaning increases with secrecy, that sacredness cannot be televised. The moment you share everything, you own nothing. Silence does not make you dull, it deepens perception. When you stop constantly broadcasting, you begin to observe. Neuroscientists call this reflective processing, the brain's ability to analyze rather than react. Most people online exist in reactive mode, responding instantly to stimuli. The silent, on the other hand, engage in slow cognition, deeper, more analytical, more creative thought. This is why they appear calm in chaos and articulate in crisis. They have trained their minds to delay expression until understanding emerges. Not every thought deserves exposure. Some deserve evolution. Their stillness is not passivity, it's a discipline of perception. Across cultures, silence has always been a form of power. In Buddhist philosophy, silence is enlightenment in practice, the mind detached from illusion. In Stoicism, silence is virtue, the act of controlling impulse before it becomes noise. In Christianity, silence is reverence, the human voice bowing before the ineffable. To not post in our century is a modern ritual of the same lineage. It's saying, I exist beyond your perception. Their quiet is not absence, it's transcendence. It's the refusal to be reduced to data points, clicks, or aesthetics. Every time you resist the urge to post, you choose presence over projection. The quiet ones confuse the digital crowd because they don't reveal themselves. But what looks like mystery is simply peace without explanation. They don't care about appearing interesting, they are busy being interested. They don't need to create envy, they are too proud of their real lives to edit them for strangers. Shock reflection. We spend years chasing envy from others, and then wonder why no one truly loves us. The non-posters don't need that chase. They measure life by experience, not exposure. They are proof that happiness becomes quieter the more real it is. Their satisfaction is not performed, it's lived. To love what you have is to be rich. Henry David Thoreau. Stop trying to impress and start trying to feel. Even the act of scrolling is emotional labor. Every success you see demands internal comparison. Every tragedy requires emotional regulation. The brain was never meant to process hundreds of social signals per minute. The silent opt out. They are not antisocial, they are energetically wise. They conserve what most people exhaust, attention. And attention, as every philosopher from William James to Simone Weil knew, is the purest form of love. To direct it inward is not narcissism, it's homecoming. Maybe your mind isn't anxious, maybe it's just overcrowded. We have confused being noticed with being known. We have mistaken being envied for being loved. But those who stay quiet remind us that the most authentic parts of life, grief, laughter, intimacy, awe, do not survive exposure. They are private currencies of the soul. They know what the rest of the world is slowly remembering, that to be at peace you must first withdraw from the audience. What would remain of you if the internet disappeared tomorrow? The answer for them is simple: everything. Their sense of worth is not a public performance but a private vow to live truthfully even when unseen. They are not trying to disappear, they are trying to remain whole. And in the age of curated chaos, wholeness is the rarest art. You do not need to be seen to be real. You only need to be present. Their silence is not resignation, it's rebellion. They've stepped outside the theater of envy and found a deeper stage, the interior life. They are the new philosophers, the digital monks, the people who remind us that meaning requires privacy and dignity requires restraint. They do not post because they do not need to. They do not perform because they have nothing left to prove. They are not hiding, they are healing from the addiction to attention. And that, in a world starving for authenticity, is what real freedom looks like. The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. Michel de Montaigne. So if you ever wonder why someone doesn't post, remember this: they are not silent because they have nothing to say. They are silent because they finally understand some truths grow only in the dark.